Hi, everybody. Welcome to Turn the Page. And I have got a fun night for you guys. And first of all, we have AlleyKat here. I'm going to allow herself to introduce herself in a minute. I just want to let you know that we're going to have a Shaman and a Buckshot and an AlleyKat. All three of them walk into a spiritual event. That's my joke for the day. So, anyways, I want everyone to get to know AlleyKat. She's been making the social media circuits out there, and so I appreciate her accepting the invitation to come on, turn the page. And AlleyKat, please share everything that you want us to know about you.
Hi, everybody. I am AlleyKat, or you can call me Allison. I'm the behind the scenes of We Not Me. I am a gatekeeper to a Stargate. I am a multidimensional soul who came here to help everybody cross into the ascension with love in their heart and unconditional love and walk in your authenticity. I've been trying to help people understand themselves and get to know thyself in a larger totality sense. And I'm from Staten Island, like Buck, Shaolin buddies. And now I'm here in Indiana, just refugeed.
Yeah, we have one other guest that's located in the same area as you are. Buck and myself are located in the South, and welcome, AlleyKat. I really do appreciate this. You have so much going on back there. I'm amazed by it. So I see that you make your pyramids also. I see the skull. I've made those. I love it. Don't you just love making this? Oh, yeah, definitely. I turned one of those into a lamp. Well, me and my husband started to. He works with the wood, and I kind of do the epoxies and stuff like that. And I've learned to only do the epoxies during a certain time of the year because of the fumes. And I had a detox and so on and so forth. So, all right. So, what else you want us to know before we bring in a shaman and a buckshot?
So I have a YouTube channel that I do readings. So I do from Urantia, Awaspi, the Curtis books. I read a lot of fair use books, and I do it by sections and chapters to help people get out of the one book paradigm. So whatever religious book or whatever thing you're really stuck in, it's not to say don't stick with it. It's just please expand your thinking, get outside of your box and be a little abstract in your thinking, because a lot of people looked at me like I'm crazy or I'm nuts, but there's a lot of people out there who have experiences, they suppress them, and they're not speaking their real truth because you're afraid that other people are going to look at you like you're nuts. Well, you see, I don't care. So I
Yeah.
want to help build people's confidence in saying, well, yeah, I did have this experience, or I got that epiphany from a book. Now my mind's expanded.
Yeah. That's definitely all of us are here at this particular time for a particular reason, whether we figured it out or not. Just be yourself, because just being yourself is the key thing to everything. I tried with social media, I tried a lot of different things, and none of it ever works. And then when it comes down to, I'm just plain Jane, if you will, and this is who I am. But I know my heart, and I know everybody's heart, because this is when I first meet somebody, as I take a look at their heart, and then I see where their mind connects, and I see if that we're aligned, for a friendship, a long-term friendship or a very short-term friendship. So that's how it goes. And I think that I've always walked in the spiritual world more so than, and I know that you have also, AlleyKat, trying to figure out all these humans and different corporations and school and following the program. I just couldn't follow any type of program. I always thought there was something. I'd actually go and look up different things to see if I can find an excuse for what was wrong with me. Yeah. So there you go. Okay. So if without any further ado, if you don't mind, unless you want to say anything else, I'm going to bring in. Oh yeah, let's bring
Let's
in the
bring the
rest of the
fun
round
in.
table, and I'll let each one of them say hello. And there's a quantum shaman,
Marcia.
and hi Marcia, and then we have Buckshot that's in the house. And you guys just be a little aware that we could talk over, each other. So that's cool. How does she do those hearts? Oh, this
She's got a lot more.
fantastic.
She's got a lot more fish up her sleeve.
Sorry. Not
Yeah.
just technical. So good job. I love those hearts. Yeah.
So we have Kearns is in the house here out, and we're on multiple channels here, you guys. So I think because we're clean and we're cool and we're spiritual, so I allowed that to happen. Kearns, how you doing? I've seen Kearns. I've known Kearns for a long time. He follows me from time to time. So this round table is going to be open up to talk about whatever. So if anybody has the need to start it, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to chat with I'm going to take over the job of what you guys usually do, AlleyKat and Buckshot. We're talking as the moderators. I'm going to do that tonight, and I'm just going to let you guys go with the flow here. So it's open to whoever wants to speak up.
I'm a gentleman, so ladies first.
Well, I'd just like to say hi to everybody and thank you for joining us. It's a real honor to have everyone take their time and energy and bring it to our efforts and to this program. And so I just want to start with a big thank you to everyone. And I appreciate Janine for having me be a part of this group. I'm really excited to get to know AlleyKat a little better and find out a little bit more about who she is. And hopefully we'll all find out more about each other.
Yeah. And go ahead, AlleyKat.
Well, I know we have a lunar eclipse coming at the end of the month, and then we have a solar eclipse happening in April. And I know there's a lot of energy that's going to start building up with the collective. And I've been getting a lot of people telling me that they're really not feeling physically good, that their bone pain, ear aches, headaches, exhaustion out of nowhere, nausea. So we're in it right now. It's starting to build up. And for me, I try to explain to people how to ground and self-love. Doing the work on yourself is the key for this.
I have an idea. What I like to help people with is called the heart-mind exercise. And it's very ancient and it's very new. And you can ground yourself and really get to feeling better by just placing your hands over your heart and letting your consciousness drop from your mind to your heart, slowing your breathing, and then repeating 4 words. One would be gratitude and trying to experience that feeling for anyone or anything, appreciation for anyone or anything, caring for anyone or anything, and compassion for anyone or anything. And if you just keep doing that and repeating that for 2 or maybe 2 minutes, set a timer, you'll be amazed at how much more centered you'll feel. And any temporary, if you're having headaches or experiencing some of those energetic abnormalities that come with heightened energies from different places within the universe, your heart can synchronize. It can calm you down and it can calm your whole energy field so that you can really be enhanced by those energies coming in and not experience negative things that most of us do.
Okay, Marsha, let me just throw something else in there. So on one of the last chats, I can't remember what show we were on, you happened to say that your Summer Breeze was your Indian name.
Breeze of Summer Woman, Nipa. Yes, that's my Indian name.
Okay, because I thought of the song "Summer Breeze Makes Me Feel Fine," but that's not it, is it?
Well, it is in a way, because that is the summer breeze is where we most often feel. Think about the first time you step out into the spring sun from a winter and you feel that on your whole being. Think about where do you get it first? You feel it, yes, in your face, but it goes right to your heart. and it wakes your heart up, and it says, oh, yes, I remember those. I remember these good things. So Healing Breeze of Summer Woman really does come from that heart-mind synchronizing place. And I think that's part of my mission here, is to help people learn how to be inspired and to be disciplined enough to practice that. If you do it 2 or 3 times a day for at least 72 hours, you will feel yourself really shift into a new level of inner peace and quietude. It's a very simple exercise. It's very easy to do. It's not hard. And you don't even have to do it for 2 or 3 minutes. You can do it for 20 seconds or 30 seconds if you have the time. But the more you remember to do it, the more you shift, the more you let your heart become the orchestra leader of your whole energy field. And the more you can synchronize your heart with the highest levels of yourself. If we were going to talk about a Bible verse, we'd talk about Psalm 91, which would be, when you dwell in the place of the Most High, and read that verse. It'll tell you what happens. And while it tells you the power that's to be found, that's in yourself, when you let your heart do the leading, and when you surrender to that higher place within yourself. So, yeah, it's just a really good thing to do. And
yeah, thank you. We're just to let everybody know that a lot more people are jumping in here. This is a spiritual conversation. It's the energies do seem a lot lighter, and AlleyKat seems to be in a little more astrology. I love that. Buckshot, we're going to give you your voice right now. Let us know what's going on. But by the way, Buck, somebody said don't let Buckshot talk about food, but I got to tell you, my husband made a cannoli cake for my birthday, which was yesterday, and it was fantastic.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. You did send me a message. Thank you so much.
And you did rub it in my face that you had a cannoli cake, so I'll let it slide. It is your birthday.
I can email you a slice.
What's it taste like? I've never had one. What's it taste like? Heaven,
well,
right?
he put in the actual cake batter. It made the cake batter from scratch also, and it turned out almost like a pound cake. But it has he put in some a little bit of what was it? Orange peel, lemon, a little bit of lemon juice, and almond. I think it was an almond extract. Oh my God! When I bit into it, I could taste all the flavors, and I love homemade stuff. And the cannoli. Now this is a German man. The first time he's ever made cannoli. So I had the cheesecloth, and we drained it. We got the regatta. We put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. It was, and I told him this. I said, I turned 62, and out of 62 years, this is the best cake that I ever had.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyhow, I stole your thunder, Bob.
That's why.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead, Bob.
That's all right. I don't have any thunder anyway. So, what I just want to say about what Marsha said, the best part about all that, it's free.
Yes.
It doesn't take much to do it. Right? You don't have to pay anything for it. It takes a few minutes out of your time, and that's about it. There's a reason why I go to that recovery center every day. Besides writing the quotes on the board that I get to sometimes steal from Allie, which is kind of great on her Telegram channel, and so I get to steal some of her work and her thunder. But the best part is all that stuff is free, and it's all about giving back and I started doing that. I was mentioning about I was doing that Lyft driving, right? I didn't want to do it. I was only doing it for the bonus money that the referral that my wife was doing. But you know what? I don't mind driving, and I kind of like it. I've been doing it from time to time, and I get to sit with people, and I get to talk and shine my light and make sure most of the people that I talk to are going to work, and I try to crack jokes about not working too hard, because life is hard in general, and we're all sitting there struggling right now with money wise and all that other stuff, but it's all materialistic shit. And
Yeah. Well, speaking of money, you could have turned it. You could probably do like a cash cab picking up those people.
To be honest with you, it's to me it's easy money because I don't mind driving. Obviously, I don't like to shut the fuck up. So sometimes you get to read people though. They don't want to talk, but for the most part, it to me it's easy money. I get along with everyone because I am Buckshot, even though sometimes I can talk too much and miss some exits. But for the most part,
have you ever seen that show Cash Cab where the guy drives around and he asks you questions? I think you should do that with spiritual questions. Leave the geopolitical stuff out, right?
Well, I'm not much of wisdom. I mean, I got some wisdom, right? But all I could do is just be that positive influence. I try not to steer people. Tell people what I know. I just be positive and try to, crack jokes and make people laugh if I can and brighten their day.
So you're sort of like, it's an angel mission. I would see you as this little angel that comes into people's lives to spread a little bit of light and love and laughter, and it's healing, and and it's free. And thank you for doing that, because it makes the world a better place. It really does. Thanks.
You're welcome. That's what we're on a mission, right? And my mission right now is to be that light and positivity in the world. So that's why I continue to drive, even though it's sometimes it is a hassle, and you're in a certain area and then you leave that area and then you get pinged back to that spot. But you know what? Every time I get frustrated, like, oh man, I gotta go. It winds up turning into a great conversation, or even sometimes the person tips me. So that's a bonus always.
Buckshot, you have to see yourself as that GPS, where your lighthouse and your frequency, everywhere you're driving, you're spreading your light and your frequency.
That's I try to do, right? I mean, that's what we all should do in this world, I feel. And maybe if we kept more attention on that instead of what the fuck's gonna happen next, I think we all be a little bit more happier and find that inner peace when we can work on ourselves first, and then we can be that example. Like Lewis always says, do I want to make my impression on my couch, or do I want to make my impression outside? And that's where I prefer to make my impression. So
absolutely. I think everybody has a unique mission and a unique purpose that when we all start unifying and coming together as a community, the awareness level and consciousness level starts rising and rising, and that shift is going to happen easier for all of us and quicker. I don't want to sit here and look at my watch. Even though time is only linear here, we're moving forward. I don't want to be bound by time anymore.
Hey, Buck, I got a great idea for a show. You pick up people, and with their approval, we ask them spiritual questions and see if they can answer it. I don't know. We'll give them some sort of a booby prize.
well, booby prize. I mean, I got a little bit something right now. No, I got some moves. But no, on a serious note, I'm not much. I don't read as much as Allie does. You can tell I don't got no books. Just a buck poster of my deer. That's my buck. It says I am Buck, and then I got my daughter up there, and that's all. Most of my reading, and everyone's got our special talent, and my talent is to annoy people and shed that light. So
Marsha, what do you think about his talent? I didn't find my talent until late in life.
Oh, I think everybody kind of has a hint of it, but I agree. I think his spirit animal is a buck. and
I was told that it's a buck, and I sent Janine. I watch a Shaman guy every Sunday night, and for my birthday a few weeks ago, he did a reading on me, and he said I was also a white lion as a spirit guide. So he told me to get some more bright colors, and kind of I could see that because unfortunately I do have some fangs here like a cat. I'm sorry.
I said we all have 4 spirit animals, so you know 2 of them. So you can start looking for the other 2.
Yeah, because the one thing, it's weird. I don't remember my dreams very much, but I do have you do remember the crazy ones, and for some reason, the ones I remember most are I'm running on all 4s. I'm like human, but I'm like running like an animal, and I got these. And I always had these fangs like a cat. So maybe I am Lyran or some type of cat form.
It's your spirit animal. It's trying to reach you through your dreams, Buck. Coming to your back door, right? You don't want a white lion jumping to your back door necessarily.
I mean, I don't know if it is a white lion, so I don't know if that's a race. I am, So I am a spirit animal, I guess, in a way, and that's what
You're not a spirit animal. You have a spirit animal who guides you. A white lion is your spirit animal who's your guide. You're not the white lion.
Yep.
Okay. You're not a buck either. Buck is your spirit animal. You're a human.
Buck, you were also guided to wear brighter colors too. Do you remember that?
Yep.
He pegged you on that one. He really did.
As you can see, everything's dark colored. So he did tell me to wear a bright. So I got now like a construction orange shirt and a bright yellow shirt. I would show you my closet, but I don't want to show you my closet.
No.
Next time, I can challenge you to wear a bright color shirt. We'll just challenge you to do that next time.
Yep, that sounds like a good idea.
So we're going to talk a little bit about dreams. How's that? I had to pick a category. I was being guided to pick a category. Buck kind of touched on it. Now I'm having the wackiest dreams. I don't know about you guys, and they don't make any sense right now. I have no idea. So if anybody in the chat, whether you're on YouTube, I got 2 YouTube channels going, or Rumble, if you guys are having weird dreams, put them out there. Maybe AlleyKat and Marsha, and you'll even get Buckshots.
We have quite a bit of training in dream analysis, so it's a good topic.
I didn't hear you say.
I have quite a bit of training in dream analysis, so it's a good topic. So so I can perhaps be a little bit of a guide. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody has those dreams. There's a little bit of delay in social media here, so I'm gonna talk and then wait to see if I see anything that pops up. Everybody has those dreams where they're running in place, or they can't get anywhere, or they're flying. Those type of things. They all have meanings to it, and I have no idea. If people are remembering their dreams. So the energies, I think that there's a veil that's been lifted. I think we could see a lot more. We could see a lot clearly now, but I don't know what's happening in the dream world. And if anybody out there, somebody's asking Buck to come out of the closet.
I'm trying to respond, but you kind of ruined it for me. No,
That's your friend Peter. Friend 77 says, "Come out of the closet, Buck." So let's just see here. I'm gonna wait.
Go ahead.
Okay, people are saying. Lenny Lou is saying she stopped dreaming about 3 years ago. Let's see what else we have. Anybody wants to step up and put their dream out there? Anybody on YouTube? We have no one responding on YouTube.
Everybody dreams every night. You may not remember your dreams, but you do dream every night. And they do influence your waking state. They're God's forgotten language. So you do dream every night, and they do influence your waking state. You don't have to remember them for that to happen. But when you do, it's kind of fun to pay attention because you get to learn more about yourself.
Okay, I'm going to put the first one here on the screen, and I'll just let everyone go around the round table here, even Buck, and give you your interpretation of what this is. Buck is going to be the funniest, I know. But this is coming from Mickey. Had a weird dream last night of a white rabbit stuffed animal jiggling around in my bed, and it woke me up. Turn off the TV. All right, so who wants to be brave enough to take that first one?
Well, clearly, you have some feelings that you're struggling with. So you might look at yourself and say, and there are feelings that you're not very comfortable with. Maybe I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's something about a relationship that's important to you. And you've had some rough spots in that relationship. And what you'd like to do is pull the rabbit out of the hat and magically have the problems go away. But I think the dream is telling you that you're struggling with what you're feeling. And so I would say take some time and really listen to yourself. Listen to what you're feeling. Don't just blurt out what you're feeling to whomever this is concerned with. I feel like it's with a relationship. And you might start there and maybe ask yourself, what are 3 adjectives that might describe that you would describe the rabbit? 3 adjectives that you would give to the rabbit. If you want to share those, fine. If you don't, just write down what those adjectives are, and that will give you a clue as to what's happening and what those feelings are about. You can start there. Dreams are many layers, though, so that's only one layer of that.
AlleyKat, go for it.
I'm curious to know the state of when you first woke up from that dream. How did you feel? Were you sweaty? Were you in a fear? Did you feel anxious? Was there nervousness? Was there panting? That will really give you a very big idea of what that animal, even the stuffed animal, it could be a real animal, what that meant for you, what that feeling is for you. Did it scare you? But there's probably suppression there of feelings and emotions, just like Marcia said.
Buck, any animal instincts about a rabbit?
Well, yeah, I would, if my interpretation is that I'm thinking my first instinct as me being me and thinking for myself is I would get off your lazy butt and get to the gym. Because for me, I look at it as like a stuffed turkey, right? And I still got a little jiggle, so I got to get my butt up and go to the gym. So that's the way I look at it. I always look at it internal. And so if that was me, I would be like, maybe I'm not saying she is, but for me, I would be like, I need to work on, getting a little bit more exercise and stop being that, like I said, stuffed animal.
Well, rabbits are normally associated with fear. They frighten easily. So something has frightened this person, maybe about their feelings, maybe about a behavior that's happened between them and the other person or from the other person or in a group. I mean, it's sort of like I'm trying to kind of cover the whole waterfront. And I think that Allie's suggestion that you pay attention to how you were feeling when you woke up. That's the predomination of the predominance of what was going on in the feeling tone of the dream. So if you were feeling fearful, which would be sweaty or the other symptoms you mentioned, Allie, sometimes you can feel excitement. So it might be anticipation also of something good coming that you're holding back on because you're afraid to move forward in life. So without writing down your adjectives, we can all put our thoughts onto you, but you can determine for yourself by writing down those adjectives and saying, okay, that Allie, it was a great suggestion. What were you feeling when you woke up? Because if it was excitement, then I would say that points you to you are avoiding something good that you should be going for, and you're afraid you're going to fail, perhaps. So, see, there's a lot of different ways you can go. So, Allie's suggestion was a good one, and then write down 3 adjectives that describe the rabbit in the dream.
Okay, here's the update from our first question there from what is it,
Mickey Michelle.
Okay, thanks. Torn rabbit, and it was dirty, and I woke up to make sure it wasn't real. So that was the reaction to it, making sure that that was just a dream. And so you guys, we're going to move on to the next one, but that's just give you some insight on that one. And we have a lot of people out there that are putting their dreams out there. A lot of silly ones too that I want to. So here's the next one. I'm going to jump over to YouTube because we've got somebody from YouTube that put one in there. I think it was Kearns. I just love this gentleman. He says, I used to only remember fighting dreams. Now I remember the end of the good dreams. Now he remembers the end of the good dreams. So that's a good one. Let's see here. Oh, this is interesting. This is coming from Ash Maya, I think it is. Says, sees happy kids standing in front of me in colorful clothes. Wow, take it away, Allie.
A couple of people in the chat have expressed this one to me, and a lot of them are unbeknownst to them. I'm like the headway of understanding and compiling this stuff. A lot of us are seeing our future selves. A lot of us are seeing the bright future that we will have after we ascend. And a lot of us are going to be helping and evolving with other types of children, whether it be of off planet, whether it be beyond the ice wall, whether it be dimensionally. We're going to be coming together and doing that. And being, a lot of people are way older than me, but a lot of you are going to be the headway for that. And a lot of colorful clothing comes into that.
I have an idea about that. I've had I think, what is the prophetic dream, that there's going to be a group of us that are going to come into ourselves a bit more. And we're going to be heading out and working with many of these children who have been kidnapped and savaged and raped and tortured, and we're going to be helping to be a healing force for them that will lift them out of that into a bright new day. And if you've seen some of the horrific pictures of these poor little ones, they're going to come into a new day where they're going to be happy and bright and joyful. And there will be a group of us that will lead the way to do that. I don't know exactly how yet or who, but I think that's coming. And I think that we will be starting that. My guess is maybe towards the summer sometime. But
okay. I got to ask one of you to turn down the volume, please. I'm getting a lot of feedback here. So it's either I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it sounds very, very bad.
Okay, I turned mine down. Is that better? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Anybody out there? I do want to give one update to that first reading that you did. I missed this one in the chat from Mickey. She says she's been waiting for her husband for 6 years, hoping for the best, and it's not going that way. A divorce is very near future. Paperwork is signed. So the scared rabbit, we don't have to comment on that, but that's what she is. Her dreams are being played out, I guess, based on that statement.
Trust yourself. Trust the process. And we wish you well, and we send you lots of love and light to both of you right now. Yes, that's a good sign.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to move on to one other one. Instead of each one of you commenting on, I'm just going to give you one, okay? Because everybody's putting their dreams out there. This is wonderful. I didn't know it was going to go this way, but I heard Spirit say, talk about their dreams. All right, so this is Tasha coming from YouTube here. I used to have dreams where a bunch of women would tell me that I'm a witch. I probably had 5 or 6 of them after the first dream. The next dream would pick up where the previous one ended, go into part 2. Whoa. So who wants that one? Buck?
Because she probably in a past life probably was one.
Whatever that means. Don't take that so literally. It's
not.
Don't be fearful of that.
I think she just I don't think witch is a bad thing. I think they just, like everything else, they twisted it around. And that, she was probably in a past life that I believe was probably spiritual and intuitive, and can, in a way, probably be able to tell the future. And that, back in the day, like the Salem witch, they burned people for that reason. And they would just, that's why, if you don't understand is when people are fearful. So that's why, for me, if I'm not open to anything, if I'm closed-minded, for me, that's, that is that fear. And then judgmental comes into play. So
I'm thinking of the Wizard of Oz, and remember there were 2 witches, the good witch and the bad witch, right?
Yep.
But the bad witch flies across the sky and writes in through her broom what to Dorothy? Surrender, Dorothy. And what we have to do is we have to become aware of all of who we are. The good witch, everybody wants to be Glinda, and nobody wants to be the bad witch. When I was a kid, I was in a Halloween parade and I got a prize for being a witch. And I was a good one, good at cackling and everything. But you have to be aware of your darker side, and we all have one, or the shadow side. So when that comes flying across the sky to us, it's time to surrender to our deeper self and figure out what we need. And Buck, I think that's what you were referring to, is looking to yourself more, to listen more, and to see yourself more clearly. And we have to see both sides. And I love the Wizard of Oz, by the way.
Yeah. So
I just can't. I'm just not as. I can't put it into good as words as you finally.
You did fine. You did fantastic. So, Marsha, just to reiterate, we're going to take one person, one question. So, the next one is going to go to AlleyKat. And so I just want to finish up what Tasha is saying. She thinks she's not fearful. She thinks that she's a healer, which is fantastic. So she was just explaining the dream, I guess. And so there's a part 2 in her dream. But I'm not going to get to that one. I want to move on to somebody else. Thank you so much, Tasha, for that information. This one here is coming from Sherry, I think is how it is pronounced. I've been to 2 times. This is going to AlleyKat, by the way, to a group of 7 beings of light, and talked about this, but not talking. It is just energy. Where is this place? Did I read that correctly? I have been 2 times to a group of 7 beings of light and talked about this, but not talking. Maybe not talking. It was just energy. Okay. It was almost telepathic. Telepathic. Where is this place?
It's in higher dimensions. I had a very similar experience that might correspond to hers. When I was reaching up to my Akashic records to see myself and my higher self, I saw nothing but light beings, and the guided meditation, person that was doing the guided meditation kept saying, well, you're supposed to see a form of something, a person, something was supposed to come through, but nothing, just expansions of light and all the emanations of myself in light, just in different dimmer forms. So that possibly could have explained, if you were in a place, it's probably in a higher dimension somewhere. It could also be that you are reaching into your Akash and not aware that you were there. That's like
the 7 beings is the key there. So I never recognize in the Akashic the light beings. I just know that I'm in the good vibration of the lights. I don't give them labels or anything, but there is a group out there, and Marsha, you can chime in. I know that there's a group that travels, I think, in 7 or 9 of the light beings out there, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. But yeah, you're right. I think that the dimension was probably around. I'm sensing around the 9th or the 10th dimension where she was visited upon these. Marsha, do you want to add anything?
Well, I also, again, not knowing exactly more detail, as I said, most of these things are many layered. So I think you're spot on, you guys, of what you just said about the light beings. But there's also, in my experience, always a personal message. And I think if she can go back and tune in a little bit more clearly through remembering, what she should see are her 7 energy centers. And she should see the state of those energy centers reflected in those beings that she was shown. So I think it's both. And that's kind of what we have to get used to when we're interpreting dreams. We have to get used to doing layers so that the higher layer is seeing, there's groups of 7 light beings that travel around and advise, and there's a group of 9 that does the same. But then there's also personal messages, because they want us to become empowered always, and they want us to grow and become and reach our full potential. So we have to learn to see yes and. Yes, it was that. And that means
Too much energy?
I don't know. I'll keep my hands to myself. I could feel anyway, we have to say yes and I'll try not to create disturbance in our round table. But so see it on more than one level. On the greater level, you're wonderfully placed. You have an important, everybody has an important mission, but they were trying to inform you, I think, about yours. And they were trying to give you a clue of where you are in each of your 7 energy centers. That's a lot of detail to tune into in a dream, but when you can look at dreams on multi-dimensional or multi-levels, you get the most out of them. And this was the thing that Carl Jung was so fantastic at, was analyzing dreams. He could get the different levels, and the more levels you look at in a dream, the more you learn from it, and the better it is, the more helpful it is to you.
Okay, I'm going to ask Peter Friend 77 to repost her question. I can't find it. She's asking for me to do that, to ask about hers. Sorry, you guys. If I turn my head, I missed quite a few of them. Denise is saying Marsha is definitely vibrating high. Ooh. Okay, so she's gonna bring.
I'm not gonna try to go low. I'm gonna tell you that.
That's why Allie's holding the energy right now. I found her question. It was dreaming of being in a totally different body, pale, shimmery, blue-gray skin, and playing with children and being extremely happy.
Wow. That
was her dream.
Can you repeat that again?
Sure. Dreaming of being in a totally different body, pale, shimmery, blue-gray skin, and playing with children and being extremely happy.
Yeah, I don't even see that.
It's up there. It's a little bit up there. I'm on my phone, so it's easy to scroll.
Oh, okay.
It's above hazmat.
That almost sounds like a blue avian dream.
But I want to add something to dreams, because some dreams are giving you a concurrent life that you are concurrently living right now, just in a different fractal of your soul.
Could be.
So that, because I get this a lot too. I get snapshots in my dreams or in my conscious state of something I'm already doing. Like now, just not in this vehicle, but in another one. And that's really, when I'm picking up in the resonance, it sounds like it's happening right now. Just your other form that has your part of your soul in it.
Your higher self.
Yeah. So who is this person's name? What's her name again?
Peter Friend 77.
Wendy.
It's actually a woman using a male name, but it says
I thought it was a woman, but
it's Wendy. It's Wendy.
I guess what I was going to say too, in addition to that, is again, what I try to do is try to always bring it down to, yeah, but will it grow corn? We want to learn about these, like when we talk about fractal states and things like that. That's great, and we want to try to bring it down to a level that we can practically comprehend and understand and incorporate into our journey here and now, as well as if it's giving us a glimpse of this other state on another level, or perhaps on another planet, or wherever. Could be a lot of different things. We want to try to contain it to, will it grow corn, and what corn am I looking at? What's it mean for me here and now practically? And there's always a practical message, and that's always helpful in grounding oneself, so that you don't get too, if you get too elevated, you can kind of fall off into a little hole of depression, or a little, you get a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for, Allie?
Spiritual burnout.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to try to bring it down to, good, okay, that's a glimpse, and what's it mean, and how is it useful to me here and now, because it is somehow useful to you here and now.
okay. And somebody has let me know that I wasn't in a certain chat where Wendy explained that Wendy is Peter's friend. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, so at least Marsha picked up on the female energy of that question. Let's see here. I thought I had another one that I wanted Buckshot to address Kearns 11. It says, I wake up so tired, I feel like I've been fighting or working at night. Buck?
I don't know. I'm not qualified to answer that one, but no, I don't know.
What's your first gut feeling about that?
He needs more sleep.
All right, and we're moving right along to AlleyKat. Take it away, AlleyKat.
Buckshot, come on.
It works for me. I'm sorry if you need more sleep, right?
Right. It always comes. No matter what you do in life, it always comes down to basics. Get more sleep.
And Allie, chime in now.
So I also experience a lot of exhaustion during my day, and when I wake up, you could be fighting in another state of consciousness. I actually tend to ask people to write down their dreams in a journal and see practically every night, what are you dreaming about, or how are you waking up if you can't remember? Are you sweaty? Are you happy? Are you elated? Are you sad? What's the first impression when you get out of that sleep? Write it down, because you're going to be able to answer your own questions eventually, after, within time, to figure out, okay, what time did I go to sleep? What time am I waking up? Am I waking up multiple times during the night, whether it to go into the bathroom or you heard a noise? What are the things that you can do practically to set yourself up for a better sleep experience?
Okay, let's move over to another one here. Let's see here. Buck, your friends out here are really tough on you.
I know.
Somebody wants you to buck up.
You know, I do that a lot. So I will shut the fuck up and let.
Oh no. These are your friends. All right, you guys, be nice out here.
I love them.
Okay.
We just tease them.
I like listening to you, so please speak up. I like what you have to say.
Did I miss anybody over on YouTube that has a question?
No, I don't see anybody.
Okay. Anybody else? We can move on to a different topic than dreams. You know, not too many people are putting anything out there. What do you guys want to go with next here?
How to maybe protect our energy. I think with there's a lot of you know, it's funny because my wife was telling me she's getting a little bit more. She's always been able to, like, she's been telling me, you know, able to tell energy. And yesterday she was shopping and she just sensed evil around her. And sure enough, she was doing something and she's like, "Oh darn, I forgot something." And she said that because she saw this woman and her daughter early in the store and she just sensed they were bad. So she avoided them, went the other direction, went to a different part of the store, and she was in that aisle shopping, and she forgot something, had to go back over to the other side of the store again. And she said that the same woman she saw earlier turned around that she saw and gave her the nastiest, like, demonic look. So, of course, she's an Aries. Yeah, we know how thick-headed you people are, Allie. So she's like, of course, she's me. I would have did the nice approach and just walked away and smiled, even though she gave me the dirtiest look. Of course, that's not her. So, is that something that people should do? Like, say, what are you looking at, or just avoid the whole situation, like I would have done? So
you mean like what's her name? Marjorie Green just did to somebody that she was interviewing. She just told her to get the F out of her face. We're getting to that point, but I think that people, this is my perspective of it, and I'll let you guys answer. We've gotten to the point in life that we don't want to put up with a lot of BS anymore. Our how do I put it? We've gotten a short fuse with people that take advantage of the kindness of really good hearts out there, and they know that. They sense it. They can pick up on the vibration of it, and they try to get away with whatever they can. They're trolls, right? So at what point do you and it's all on an individual basis, that you basically say, get the F out of my face, or do you have a problem? What as my husband always says, what is your malfunction?
Your male function? Okay.
No. What is your malfunction? Like,
malfunction.
What is your malfunction, numbnuts?
I thought, what? Okay.
No.
Malfunction. Okay.
So I have one other thing that I want to go with here. It's Colleen, and you know, Colleen is a near and dear sweet friend, and that I met through doing all this work. And she sent me a beautiful birthday card. But she says, I had a dream where there were clumpy oatmeals in my bath, and I was trying to fish it out. Found there were bees in there also. What could this possibly mean? Oatmeal in bees. Who wants to take that one?
Wow.
Not me.
Well, first of all, there's two elements there that are out of their element. You know, I mean, you don't find bees in your bathtub normally, or oatmeal. So something is amiss within your psyche or within your day-to-day world. Grains usually have to do with grounding, and where we're in the world right now is everything is upside down, topsy-turvy. Up is down, down is up, and the grounding that we used to count on in our lives, the touchstones that we used for grounding, have pretty much been turned upside down, clumped around, messed up, balled up, you know, so I think that the grains, the oatmeal, in the bathtub has to do with the fact that where she has been grounded in her past, the touchstones that she has used in her life as guidelines or guides to say, yeah, this is a good path, or yeah, this is the right path, or to see something that's familiar, that's gotten all clumped up. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It can be disturbing when the ground upon which you walk feels like it's afloat or all disturbed, but that change can be really good because it can portend really good changes coming to expand your consciousness. So I think the oatmeal being ground up is the sign that the ground upon which you walk is changing, and you're going to have to look at yourself and look upon those things that you thought is true and say, gee, are they really as solid as I thought they were, or do I need to really reassess some of those things? That would be one suggestion. Allie, I think you had a thought about the bees. What did you think about the bees?
Well, bees could be scattered energy,
Yeah.
but they also work together as a group.
Mm-hmm.
So it's finding out, are you working in with other people, or are you like having things around you scattered that you need to start collecting and making things?
And those are all about those changes that we're finding that we need to make in all of our lives, right? We're finding out that we've got to begin to be more accepting of how we see people and the changes they're going through and how we fit into that or not. And we have to do that in generally to one another. And because everybody's going through these changes, and we have to be quick not to be so judgmental, but to the fact that you're in a bathtub says that that's a state of emotion. And you didn't mention what the water, I don't know, did you mention the water was turbulent or something? But the state of the water in the bathtub.
It was filled with oatmeal. It was just filled with oatmeal.
Okay. But there was water in the tub, am I correct?
I'm trying to find it here. I'm going back. I don't recall. Let's see here. Colleen.
Yeah, she was fishing, like kind of like scooping out the oatmeal. The water was still, there was water.
Here it is.
Yeah, so that's
here it is.
She's not in
it was clumpy oatmeal in her bath, and she was trying to fish it out.
Yeah, so you're examining yourself. You're trying to reassess where you are. And I think what you're looking at are, we all have touchstones, right? I remember when my daughter first went off to college, I cried for like 6 weeks because every time I went by a McDonald's or someplace, it seems like that we'd gone together. It reminded me of something we'd done together, and that she now was off at college, and I'd start crying about it. And so those places, those physical places, like the McDonald's, the high school she went to, different activities that we had done together, those were touchstones in my life. And when I was just out and about, and those are physical ones, and we've got emotional ones and psychological ones too, and spiritual ones. So when I was just out and about during those times, I think Allie is frozen up. No, you're just holding energy. Okay.
I'm holding energy.
Okay. So when I would be out and about, those would be spiritual, those would be physical touchstones. And I think that what this woman is experiencing is the water is not turbulent. So that means she's in a place of examining things, and that's a good place. And you got to look at maybe all of my touchstones have to be redefined here, or I've got to change them around. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't work anymore.
Okay, we've got one other question here we want to move on to, and whoever wants to take this is coming from Mary Jean G. I did find it, Mary. Thank you for letting me know that you put one out there. It says, I had a dream the other night where I was saying out loud, divine love, divine light. Any thoughts?
Ladies.
Allie, go for it.
I'm actually channeling.
Okay.
Your higher self is reaching out to you, and it wants you to align yourself in that divineness of that love and that light. There's a disconnect somewhere, but you're getting there. You just got to get yourself out of the way and listen to your own self. Go into the silence.
That heart mind exercise is a good way to do that. And I think you're exactly right, Allie. I'd agree.
Okay. Are you through, Allie, or do you have more thought on that? Oh, okay. Let's see what else we have here. Colleen has got an update for us, the one in the bathtub with the oatmeal. Reassessing where I am. Water is very comforting to me. Come on down to the ocean, right, Buck?
Yep, like B. Perry was reading my mind when he said that keep it simple, just put honey in your oatmeal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
leave out the nuts and raisins.
Yep, which we got plenty of ones here.
All right, let's see here. Mary Jean G. And I remember that name. Thank you, Mary, for being here tonight. She says thank you very much. She's working on it, and so we've already went through the hour. We can continue going if you guys want. If there's anything that you want to share with us about yourself, your channels, what you're doing, what you have coming up, anything like that, and then we can get back to. Oh wait, there's one more question. Before we do that, Allie, let us all know where we can find you.
I'm on YouTube. I'm at AlleyKat Creations 211. I do a lot of different things on that channel, but mostly readings, and I do spiritual soul advices. So I just openly rant with coffee and tea and oracle cards.
Can always
I throw in there. And then I have a website, AlleyKatCreations211.com, where you could see cute little doggo portraits.
I will definitely send you some information on that because, yeah, I see what she's doing. You are definitely calming down the energies.
Okay. You got gremlins.
Yeah, that's what somebody's saying. You got gremlins out there. That's fantastic. All right, so our next question, I guess we're going to continue because people are putting them in here. This one here is
you've seen you watched Allie before. Sorry, my daughter.
Oh, hello, daughter.
Hi. Come on, say hi. She's scared. She's scared. She watches you guys he hears you guys in the background all the time. It's like, what are you scared of?
Hello, sweetheart. You have a great dad and a great mom. Okay. Well, the next question is going to be from China Bay. It says, dream once I was hanging from a tree. I looked down into my chest cavity and it gutted like a deer. Any thoughts? And whoever wants to take that, just go with your first impression on that one there.
I have to read the question again.
Yeah. So this individual was hanging from a tree. They looked down into their chest cavity and it was gutted like a deer. Any thoughts on that?
Yes, I think this is revolving around a trauma, and I think we need to be careful about it. It's not something that we should be doing over the airways, but I would suggest that maybe you could go on Allie's side if she does personal things. That would be a more appropriate place. It's about a trauma. So I'm sending you a lot of love and light right now and healing. And thank you for being so brave for sharing that. But we don't want to speculate. It's very touchy. It's important. It's important to your mission here. It's important to who you are. And you can heal this. So I just want to encourage you to do that. And I'm sending you lots of love and light right now to do that.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a brave question. to ask something like that. And there are a lot of people out there that are going through a lot of processing of trauma stuff, and we have to be very sensitive to that, as you have been. Thank you so much, a quantum shaman, for addressing that. Let's see here. Any other questions? Did I miss anybody out on YouTube? I hope I didn't. If you did, just let me know, but you got to repeat the question because I have a hard time going back and trying to find it here. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, I think that was everything. I'm going to jump over to Rumble. Did you guys, Buck, did you happen to see anything out on Rumble I may have missed? Any questions, you guys? No. Just ask it now, or we can move on to something else. And let's see what we have here. Oh, so Solomon Journey says past life healing ? Not sure what that means. Do you guys do past life healing?
About the previous dream. So that's what they might be talking about, I would assume.
Okay.
Well, it could be a current. I mean, it's trauma. I mean, I think it's sacred. So I think we need to be very careful about it. Yeah.
Okay, so I did put. I think it's AlleyKat's link. AlleyKat Creation. She's out on YouTube. You guys can find her. And let's see here. What else do we have? Sheena Bay is saying that it was something that happened in the past and so on and so forth. We're not going to go there. And we're just going to kind of move on to it. How about how to deal with the ones who are now experiencing major health issues because of past decisions and direct them to a more of a proper way to address the issue? It's a little bit off of the dreams, but it's an important one. There are so many people out there, so many influencers, so many doctors that gave you the stuff, and now they've got a solution for it. You got to be very careful of how do I put this? The mindset of some of the people out there that are taking advantage of everything right now. That's the best way I could say this. So, I always lean to natural products. And you can search, use any search engine out there for certain things. You'll see a lot of, how do I put this? A lot of people out there telling you that once you have it, you can't get rid of it. I don't know. We don't have the answers to any of this right now. But all that I say is if you have a firm belief on healing, whatever it might be, you take that healing into your heart and your mind, and you will heal whatever it needs to be healed. And I do get that. Everybody said the mark of the beast is deadly for everyone. I'm not sure of that anymore.
I think that's a little bit of the boogeyman in some ways. And I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody who has a very strong belief that is rooted in the Bible or Christianity. But I think, that is in the book of Revelation and so on. But again, we have to be careful about interpreting that. So,
yeah.
So I always think that with caution.
More, to me, it's more fear factor.
You go. AlleyKat, what do you got? Oh, sorry, Buck. Were you finished?
Yep.
If you will your thoughts to power, you can create your reality. You manifest your reality. So, for an example, people say, oh, everybody's pineal gland is calcified. Well, unless you got an MRI or a scan, how are you telling me that my pineal gland is calcified? It's the same thing. We go to the doctor, we do certain things. How do we really know who got what? You don't. So pointing fingers and throwing energy and slinging energy at people to say, well, you did this and now this consequences will happen. We really don't know what is in certain people. Yes, natural products are great and useful, but that's up to the person that had that experience or had something done to them, that it's up to them to will their own self to power to try. Can't force people to do things.
I also think there's this thing about needing to be right versus being good. And right now there's a lot of recrimination going around, and people want to be right. I told you not to do that, or you're wrong for doing this, or you're wrong with that. And we really want to move to a space where we are in a energy of wanting to be good. It really doesn't matter what path you took to get here now. It's how can we support you getting to a higher, deeper, better, more empowered place. And that's what I want to do with everyone. How you got here is a whole bunch of nothing as far as I'm concerned. It's maybe you can learn something from it, but I want to be supportive of you now, getting to a much better place now, healing yourself now. And we all have that capacity. And that's what I want to support, the here and now and the healing now. And if we have to recognize what we did, okay, make this change or that change, we can do that in goodness. We don't have to do it from pointing fingers at people.
There's an additional question coming from, I think it's Hazmat. It says, Marcia, what is your take on, oh, wait, that's not the right one. I'm sorry. No, they wanted to know more about you, like where they can find you, that type of stuff. So we're going to turn this over to Marcia to explain a little bit more, because some of these people didn't see you on the last show that I did. So, just tell them who you are and what you do and a little bit of that.
Right now, I'm working on creating a website because for the past several years, I've been mostly in meditation and contemplation and doing artwork and working on healing and things like that. So I haven't had a website or a web presence, and I'm creating a website. It will be called a Quantum Shaman because I am Native American. Here's my Indian card, just in case anybody doubts me. My father was Chippewa, but I'm Native American because of who my father's people were. They were all shamans, so I was born into this life as a shaman. But also, when my father was 4, he was put in one of those horrendous Holocaust Indian boarding schools. And so the wounds that Indian people receive from those things, I went through the whole thing of spirit. Thank you. I went through all of the healing that goes with that. And so I've had a lot of different experiences, and I think that I probably would like to do one show where I talk about some of those experiences, explains a little bit more about my journey here and some of the things that I've been through. But right now, I think it's important for us to, yes, I can do healing. Yes, I can do readings. Yes, I can read energy. And my mission is to help everyone empower that in themselves, because we all have that capacity and we can all make this world the best that it can be. And there is a big transition coming, a leap in consciousness, if you will, that's been predicted for a while. And we all need to get ready for that. And that's something that's individual work we need to do. It's not something that we can get from some guru out there. It's time for us all to do the work. And I think I'm going to be a guide in that. And I think I'm pretty good at that. So that's my mission. And you were showing some of your pyramids. I do these dolls. They're not really dolls.
You got a screen on there? We can't see it, Marcia.
Okay. Well, all right. I'll have it up on my website. But anyway, I do spirit animal dolls, and I do them individually. They'll be up on my website. And eventually I will, be working with people to help them find their own spirit animals. That's pretty easy to do. Most people already have an inkling of who that is. You've had an experience with an animal, or you've had a particular animal you've always been attracted to that animal or bird, then that's your spirit animal. And Buck, you took your guide's name.
Yeah.
So we all have this capacity and we're waking up to it. And I want to be a part of helping people to awaken to that.
Okay, Marcia, I'm going to ask you to turn down your volume a little bit more. They're telling me the frequencies, the energies is kind of off there. So I know that you had turned it up to begin with. I apologize for it. They say it's coming. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Is that better? Should I get it down?
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a microphone next time you come on. That's what the problem is.
I do have one. I just turned it down.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Yeah, it was up a little bit too high. All right, so I hope that is okay for you guys out there. They said it's like a bad frequency sound. I apologize about that. We're trying to get it together. We have a lot of different high spiritual energies here, and that's what is happening. As most of you know, when you're really upset and you get near a computer, it won't even turn on. We are so powerful beyond words. We have to really understand our energy, and we're, once you understand that, you'll just start to wake up more and more quicker. All right. I have people saying it's really good over here, but I can hear the screeching sound also. All right, so let's see. Buck, do you want to share anything new? Marcia, we are definitely going to have you back on. We're going to have you talk about your animal spirits, and then we'll have this roundtable again. Once again, maybe we could do this once a month with everybody. But there's so much to learn about AlleyKat and Marcia, and also Buckshot, obviously. Buckshot, what's going on in your world?
The mount froze. I'm back. It froze up for a minute. Hello?
Yeah, you're there. Yeah, it's all of our energy. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I'm afraid to talk.
Oh, we got to get the kinks out, Marcia. That's all this is, and it happens all the time. And I'm actually going to turn my volume down too here. So, okay, this is a great show, you guys. Everybody's saying it's a great show. There's so much to learn. Yeah, this is a beautiful group. Everyone is saying, Clara Sue is saying, such a beautiful group. I love this. This is where we all need to be. And AlleyKat, Buck has been telling me to get you on the show. There's always something. And guess what? I decided to take a step back and not chase after, other social media people, and just do more of the spiritual stuff, because that's where we need to be. There's enough political and geopolitical things that are going on out there. Everybody's got something to say about that. It makes my head spin, to be honest with you. I turn on a TV and I turn it right off because I don't want to hear any of that stuff that's going on out there. Thanks, Buck, if you just killed that troll or that bot that's out there.
Okay, so it's gonna be Jake Q Crew, because me and Allie are here. So
okay, I'm not sure if we asked this one from Moonscott6. Can you explain why watching funny clips where people are falling, etc., and I can feel the tingle of pain through the body? That's an empath. That's deep. That is really, when I see somebody up really high, because I have a problem with heights, and I see them looking down, I get like, oh. And whoever wants to take that one, Marcia or AlleyKat, go right ahead. They want you to explain their sensitivity at this point.
Go ahead, Allie. Go ahead.
That's just, you said it. Nailed it. Empath.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Anything else you guys? Yeah, definitely. Tasha says, so do you read cards, Allie?
I do oracle cards.
What are oracle cards?
So I have a whole cart of cards that I choose, and I let my spirit, like my higher self, come through, and it's basically giving advice on how to heal through the cards.
Well, can you grab one of those decks and pull it for everyone in the chat? Just get an overall energy connection for everybody, and then interpret what that card is.
Sure.
There are a lot of good decks that you can get that are both tarot and oracle. A lot of good ones, and I would just go on the internet and look, and if one appeals to you, it will be one that you can sync with easily. And then
Yeah.
you can do readings for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of times too, if I'm too emotional, I'll reach out to somebody and say, "Hey, can you just pull a card for me?" And a lot of times I just have to get my ass out of my head or my head out of my ass, and the answers will come to me.
Get your head into your heart.
There you go.
Allie,
All right, so
Allie,
so with everybody out there with in Rumble Land, AlleyKat is going to shovel up the cards and pull one. This is going to be the consciousness of tonight's show here on YouTube, on 2 channels on YouTube. And one is Turn the Page 2.0 and TTP, Coast to Coastal, and also Turn the Page on Rumble. And this is going to apply to everyone here.
Oh, my spirit, my higher self brought it just now. Create space.
Let me get that solo layout. Okay. Whoa.
Literally make room for your dreams.
Hey.
Create space for new desires by learning how to be happy now. We all want certain things in our life to change, and it is up to each of us to do something about it. If you apply action from a position of truly wanting change, you will create evidence of that desire as manifestations of change. Your job is to create space for your dreams and desires to fill. Wow. Feel the smile stretch through your body and relax, knowing that all you desire is on its way. You have empowered your whole being because you don't need conditions to change to feel joyous in the present. You're bathing in unconditional love. Breathe it in and enjoy how good you feel.
Awesome.
So this is how spirit works through me as I pick these cards. And it gives the collective what we were talking about, dreams. There's no coincidences. I just picked my cards up and here we are, and it's about dreams.
Good.
No coincidence over here. Now take it away, Marsha.
I think that's exactly right. And what Allie just did, everyone can do.
Yes.
Get yourself, the internet has lots of wonderful decks. They're either tarot or they can be oracle. And you get one, as I said, that you resonate with. And you can do that for yourself. And it's a way of your higher self speaking to you, really. So I think that's, I'm trying not to buzz. Sorry.
You're doing good. Actually, I think that's what it was, is the sound was a little bit too high, because you know what happens is when our energy is really high and we are connecting to our higher self, or connecting and channeling information, we will have the effect on the electronics like that.
I blow light bulbs.
Yep. Tesla did say everything is energy and frequency.
Absolutely.
I blow light bulbs. I go through a lot of them.
Or you could do the same. You could do the same thing with street lights. If you want to practice projecting your energy as you drive down the street at night, you can practice turning them off. That's a fun thing to do. And if you're with a group of people, it can freak them out. But it's a good way to learn to project your energy, and it's just it's fun. I mean, I think it's fun. Maybe I'm a little weird, but
no, not at all. You're not. I would love to
turn back on.
And if people want to see energy, because they don't believe that we're energy, here's something I used to teach when I used to teach Akashics and travel the United States. And first thing I would do with the class, I was take them all outside if it's a summer, and right now everything's still kind of dormant with the trees. And I would tell them to look unfocused at the top of the trees. You could do this with anything. You can see the white light around people. You can see colors around people. But with the trees, it's the easiest to start with nature, and you can see the energy just beaming off of these trees. And that's what our energy is. And so we don't see it, but we sense it. We have, our dogs, our cats, our fur babies, they sense our energy. They know when we're happy and when we're sad. Whenever I do these shows, I'm in a really good mood. That's when my golden retriever always comes over and she nudges my arm like, come on, let's go. Why are you so happy? Let's do something. And then I have to tell her, go lay down. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that people can do. I know a lot of people that are listening to this, they know this already, but the whole aura camera, when I was growing up, we used to go to these psychic fairs and have somebody take a picture of our auras and stuff like that. The technology today is changed so much. Then they give you these big computer printouts. You can do this yourself. All you have to do is look, unfocused. They have these pictures out on Facebook, and they'll show you a picture and say, how many pictures do you see within this picture? It's the same thing with energy. How many different colors can you see? What are you seeing with the energy? And so when you could sense somebody that is giving off a bad vibe, it's a low vibration, right? Somebody that's extremely happy, joy, that's stuff like that. They're aligned with their higher self. Those are the type of things that we could all do on and teach other people to do it. I just saw something out here that somebody was saying they hadn't talked to a friend in a really long time, and now that they just spoke the other day, and that person is awake, and so they reunited again. That's energy coming back together and being aligned with somebody. And those are the type of things that I'm talking about. And when something isn't aligned with you, shouldn't feel bad about it. Whether it is your child, your mother, whatever family member or friend, you will go away until things are right for you to come and be aligned again with human beings. Let's see here. Somebody is saying, I can touch my wall and get shocked. What does that mean?
You need to ground. I didn't know how much frequency I was carrying in my body until I got a voltmeter. And I saw that I was running a lot higher than most human beings would run. So I had to go and relearn different modalities of grounding. There's lots of different ways to ground. There's not just the one and done. And I had to learn how to make sure that my circuit of energy is complete and not being stagnated somewhere.
Well, now you're an Aries, so that I heard Buck say that you're an Aries,
Yep.
and Aries energy right now. There's a lot of things that are going on with the astrological stuff with Aries, and I feel it too. I think Aries is in Mercury, and it's going to be there for the next 3 months or 6 months. I'm not sure. Which I have, even though my birthday was yesterday, people would say you're a Pisces, but when you actually look at my chart, it's all Aquarius, everything. I was born to come in the age of Aquarius, and I know this. I had astrologers that looked at it and says, I know you think you're a Pisces, but I'm not getting that. Right. And so, and then if you talk to Jason Q, he'll tell you there's 15,000 calendars out there and people are really confused. Well, are there 13 months or are there 15 months? We don't have to worry about any of that. Right. We don't worry about any of that stuff because it's distractions. If you are a very sensitive empath and very intuitive, you follow your own intuition. And whatever it might be, if you think there are 12 months to the year, AlleyKat, yeah, follow your heart, and it'll always guide you. It definitely will always guide you. And so we're coming into a time where we think that we had a lot of people that never agreed with us. Those are the ones who are going to be reaching out to us really soon, and we all have to figure out how to be with them. We're not gonna go back and say, hey, I told you so. Some will, some won't. But what we're gonna have to do is really figure out a way, and I love that there's a series out there, The Fall of the Cabal. You have Jason Q that's out there that's telling you the history. You have to know where you came from to know where you're going and how everything was sabotaged, right? There's so much. There's just so much that we can only take in so much in a lifetime. If somebody is presenting to you centuries and centuries of information, how does that apply to us? It blows our circuits, right, AlleyKat?
We have to meet their energy. So the people who are just coming into awareness that are here asking us to show for them, meet them where they're at. What are they asking you? What questions are they coming to you with? And how are you best able to answer them? Don't throw up on them. It's stair stepping. We all have a different awareness levels, and we have to respect where they're at and meet them where they are and stair step them towards their own epiphanies and connect the dots. With being humble and compassionate towards now it's their time. We already had our time. We went through this already. Now we are the ones that are going to show others how we survived that mega dump of information.
Also, the growth is a spiral. So it's sometimes that you can look at it as a stair step, but another way is it's a spiral. So what we do is we meet people coming to the same place where we were, and we've been there before. And so we can now have great compassion and understanding and empathy for them and travel again. But growth is a spiral. It rarely just goes like a stair step. It's more like a spiral. And each time we come back around, we learn more deeply. We grow more fully. We potentiate more into who we really are. So that meeting of someone that maybe we didn't connect with before, or who we thought didn't agree with us, when we meet them on this time around in the spiral, we will find ways that we will hear them differently. We will see them differently. And they're, as much as we're meeting them, they're meeting us. So it's a coming together. And a journey together is always more powerful. And when you remember that, it's always fun to greet someone like that. And you have something to give each other, something very important, I think.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I think we could probably wrap it up unless everybody wants to, add more to this. But let's talk a little bit about deja vu. Okay, so Mary Jean is basically saying the show is really fun. I don't know why, but I keep getting deja vu, like I've seen it already. So I'll just throw my interpretation out there. Is that it's almost as like she's catching up with herself. What do you guys, with all your studying and your own intuition? I'm gonna start with Marcia. Or no, Buck hasn't said anything. Buck, what do you think deja vu is?
Deja vu. I don't know about, is it the Mandela effect? I mean, there's a lot of, things especially recently that, that been happening that, when I work, I update a ticket, and then next thing you know, it's not updated, or I closed out an issue. I don't know. Have we done this already? I watch people and feel like, that, we have done this already, but I don't know, that maybe that's a better, my higher self is telling me maybe it's better that I don't know.
Is it two different timelines, and then the deja vu is you caught up to yourself? What do you think, Buck?
Well, I know there's certain people that I watch that, say that, there are multiple timelines. And if there are, that could possibly be the case. People also say now that we are on one timeline. I hope that is the case. I just don't know. I try not to put too much into that, or I can work on it myself. And
Buck, we're losing you. We're losing somebody. Whoa! Spirit is among us.
They don't want the spiritual happening, but nothing can stop the time.
Buck, that's you. Buck, I'm gonna mute you. AlleyKat, what the hell was that? Whoa.
Okay, we need to just send light. Just send light. Send light.
Mr. Roboto.
We need to send light. We don't want that. We need to send light. We do not want that kind of interference. So let's everybody agree, go into your heart, let's send light, and let's cast out any darkness that has somehow entered in here. This show has a lot of light in it, so it's going to attract darkness. And we need to go to our hearts and we need to cast out that darkness. And Buck, I'm particularly putting you in my heart. I'm sending you a lot of light and love. You are such a generator of light. You have to learn to keep that light around you to protect you and to keep the darkness dispelled. And if you, I would just give that to you. And let's just all send light and dispel the darkness, because that was darkness coming in. That was darkness. We don't need that.
And dark feelings.
Buck, turn down your volume.
Okay.
AlleyKat, where's those hearts?
We got them.
No, on the screen. There she goes.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
I muted myself because I can get a lot of interference.
Okay, so now we know we can only have one individual on the show at a time because we are so powerful beyond words.
Powerful, but it's everybody. It's everybody together. It's not just us four. It's everybody joining in. And look how much good we did tonight. We really put the cabal back on their heels, I'm telling you. We did a lot of good tonight in the world. And all that darkness that came out in the State of the Union, we erased a lot of that with this show. This was
You didn't watch it, did you? Did you watch it?
I watched it 4 times, yeah. You gotta know your enemy. You've got to know your enemy, my dear.
All right, we're not going to go there. We said no politics or geopolitical stuff. All right. So let's see here. Yeah, people are just saying, "Wow, what is that?" Thank you. Light, no darkness is allowed here from TCT ME. What else we have here? Joey G says, Joey G56 says, sounds normal to me. that was wackadoodle off the charts. I've never experienced anything like that.
Well, at least it even didn't materialize or something. That would have been even more dramatic, right? It was good. Yeah. You just spelled it. Caught it. Yeah.
So next time we will all have a lit candle and do a prayer. If somebody wants to even do a prayer at any point in time, you can always do that. All right, so let's see here. I couldn't bear watching the clown show, says NEJ17. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I think we were out that night. We go to where I live. There's a lot of free music in different areas, from Gulf Shores to Orange Beach and stuff like that, and they're all over the place. So we try to get out when it's a really nice night, and it was a beautiful night. I think the night that was on. So I can only tolerate so much of all that crap that's going on right now here. So Peter Friends 77 says the show is buzzing. What else you guys want to talk about? And then we'll wrap it up. How's that sound?
I don't know.
AlleyKat,
how powerful. I mean, this show and all the people attracted to it, we were really generating some positive light and energy into the world, and that has changed the world, my friends. It has changed the world tonight. And I think
we need to focus on that energy. Yes. Even if you do feel like I'm all very hot, I'm getting channeled by spirit, they're protecting me, but at the same time, I'm not going to back down.
No.
Spreading my light.
Nope.
And I think that's where we all need to be.
Yes. I think we need to focus on we changed the world tonight. And coming together like this, we did make a change in the world. And we need to do more of it. And we will see that we will be a force multiplier, as Steve Bannon on the War Room kind of shouts out sometimes, but a force multiplier of light and love to change the world and to harmonize it in a good way.
Okay, I'm just going to do a very quick prayer. I always open my shows with prayers. I didn't do it with this one, but next time when we all get together, we'll definitely do this as a non-religious prayer of peace in times of uncertainty. So when the future seems uncertain, grant us courage to navigate the unknown with grace. May our resilience be a testament of our capacity to find hope in even the darkness of times. As we weather storms of uncertainty, may we hold fast to the anchor of our shared human spirit, finding strength in the bonds that unite us. There you go.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And I love to all of you guys, love to everyone in the Rumble chat and everybody out on YouTube out there. I'm glad that I am bringing more of my show back to YouTube because I don't need to talk about any of the stuff I have in the past that prevented me from it. This kind of information is what people are reaching out and wanting. They want people to help them understand every aspect of spirituality, whether it's the chakras, whatever it might be, and I know that Marsha's going to bring a lot to the table. AlleyKat, please come back more often than not.
We're a good group. We are a dynamo. I love it. I love this energy.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else do we have? Buck, did you say something?
Yeah, I said I'm down. I'm down for another show.
Good.
Yeah, definitely. We could schedule this every Saturday night live is what we do, and then I'll have AlleyKat on another time and Marsha on, just so that everybody could, get to learn Marsha and her ways. And she's got a website. Marsha has a website coming up.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a work in progress. It's still under construction right now. And AlleyKat, you can find over on YouTube, and she reads you books and just talks to you about everyday spirituality stuff. And Buck is always here to bring us his insight, from his day-to-day events when he is here.
If that's what you want to call it.
Yeah. Somebody is saying that they're feeling the energies are intense. I think Kearns is trying to make a statement. Do you guys think the energies are intense right now? We'll talk about that, and then we'll say good day.
They're they're really up there. Yep. That's why
an earache.
The world. That's why we're changing the world here and now. This energy is
Oh. Can you hold that up to the camera? And I'm going to focus in on just that. And can you explain what that means?
So this is a spike going on right now from the Shaman residence. I know it's really hard to see with the lighting, but we're in a white spike right now.
Can you explain that, Allie, to some of the people that don't know?
It's light energy coming into Mother Gaia, and it's upgrading us, and it's also high frequency. I have an earache bad right now.
Me too.
I have the buzzing in the ears, and not only that, I get vertigo. Anybody else out there getting vertigo? And when you go to the doctors and what they'll tell you, nobody ever has an answer for it. But I just think it's something with the energies that are shifting, and we have to be very conscious of that. So I always do. I spin into my vertigo, and then I spin back out of it, and I get the I get the rocks in my head leveled out. Okay. Anybody else want anything before we say goodnight?
Love to you all.
Nope. Just for me, keep your vibrations high, protect your energy, be that lighthouse, like Ali said earlier, be that positive influence in the world, and stop.
Yeah.
Try to ignore the outside noise and worry about the stuff you can control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you. First of all, I want to say blessings to AlleyKat. Thank you for the first time being here. It was a beautiful show with you and Buck and Marsha. I think I finally found the perfect round table of things that I'm aligned with, and I hope that everybody else here at home was aligned with it also. And we're going to bring you more of this. If we can do it every Saturday, we will definitely do it every Saturday Night Live. And this is what it's all going to be about. And then in the meantime, I'll have other things going on. Buck, what would you want to say?
No, I was just say I'm free all Saturday nights.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah, I still like the idea of the chat cab there, Buck. If you can find somebody that would play along, that would be awesome. And I would put it on YouTube.
It's funny. It's funny because the wife has a camera, and I know sometimes she posts some of the stuff on hers. But I'm not a part of her channel. I'm sorry. I hate to say that, but I can care less. But anyway, that would probably be a fun show, right? But I don't know how spiritual most people are, but we'll see.
Doesn't matter. We can't measure spirituality. There's absolutely no way. I was just thinking about this today. And I'll just be quiet after this. Is that some of the most enlightened people are the ones that we think don't have a brain in their head. Those are the ones that see so much farther beyond what we can imagine. And those are the ones that are probably the most grounded, while we think that their head is in the sky, if you will. And those are the ones that we're all striving to get to be like, because we don't want to be what we have been in the past. And we need to move into our spirituality. When we talk about raise our vibration, that's what we're talking about here. We know that we're more than just this physical body. And I think everybody is learning that. And we're here. This is our Q crew right here that is going to teach this every Saturday night to everybody. So bring your questions, everyone, for us moving forward. I love it, and I feel very honored with all of you here today. Thank you, each and every one of you.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you, Janine.
I'm very honored to be with you too.
All right, and now we turn the page. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.